Hey friends, welcome back. I'm truly glad you're here. You know, some books entertain you, and others awaken you. For me, that book was Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Marcus wasn't just any philosopher. He was the emperor of Rome, the most powerful man in the world. And yet, at night, after ruling an empire, he sat alone with a candle and wrote not to impress others, but to remind himself how to be a better human. Imagine that, the leader of millions, quietly wrestling with the same questions we all face. How do I stay calm in chaos? How do I live with purpose? How do I find peace in a world that never stops moving? Those words, written 2,000 years ago, found me during a dark season of my life, when I was lost, overwhelmed, chasing everything except stillness. And somehow, each page felt like a conversation with an old friend, honest, raw, and timeless. So today, I want to share with you 7 Stoic lessons from Marcus Aurelius that didn't just change how I think, they changed how I live. Let's begin. 1. Perspective. Marcus wrote, "Greater than everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." The first time I read that, it stopped me cold. Because how many times have we fought to defend our version of the truth? I remember once arguing with a close friend, both of us red-faced, certain we were right. That night, I opened Meditations, and there it was, this reminder that we don't see the world as it is, we see it as we are. The next day, I called him, not to win the argument, but to understand. And that conversation healed something deeper than disagreement. Marcus also said, when you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself, what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Ouch, right? That one humbles me every single time. Because often, the things that irritate us in others are unhealed echoes within ourselves. Perspective isn't just about seeing differently, it's about being different. When we shift how we see the world shifts right back. 2. Self-trust and confidence. Marcus reminds us, judge yourself entitled to any word or action which is in accord with nature. Do not let criticism or persuasion talk you out of it. That's the Stoic way of saying, trust your inner compass. I used to let fear steer me. I'd post something online, then delete it because someone didn't get it. I'd hold back in conversations, worried about being misunderstood. But every time I silenced my own voice, I felt smaller, further from who I really was. Marcus also wrote, greater than all the rest, but sets less value on his own opinion than on others. It's true, we trust strangers' voices more than our own wisdom. But here's what I've learned. When you honor that quiet instinct inside, that gut knowing, you stop living for applause and start living in alignment. Confidence isn't loud. It's quiet conviction. It's the peace of knowing you're being true to yourself, even if no one else understands yet. 3. Change and acceptance. Marcus wrote, greater than all is change. You yourself are continuously changing and being destroyed bit by bit. So is the whole universe. That might sound grim, but it's actually freeing. Because if everything changes, that means no pain, no fear, no heartbreak is forever. I remember when I lost a job I'd tied my identity to. I felt hollow. But with time, I realized that ending wasn't punishment, it was redirection. Marcus's words echoed in my mind. This too is nature. Let it unfold. He also said, greater than If someone can show me that I am mistaken, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth. That's strength. Not stubbornness, not ego, but openness. Change isn't the enemy. Resistance is. The sooner we stop fighting life's tides, the sooner we learn to surf them. 4. Mindfulness and presence. Marcus described time as a river of passing events. No sooner is a thing brought to sight than it is swept away, and another takes its place. That line hits me every time, because life really does move like water. One moment it's here, laughter with friends, a sunset, a child's smile, and then it's gone. He also said, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. That's the quote taped to my mirror. On mornings when I wake up heavy, I whisper it to myself, because every sunrise is a gift, not a guarantee. And when Marcus wrote, do not act as if you're going to live 10,000 years, he wasn't being morbid, he was being urgent. Don't wait to say, I'm proud of you. Don't postpone joy. Don't delay kindness. Life is short, but if we're present, it's also enough. 5. The power of mind and action. Marcus wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That's the Stoic North Star. Your mind is your kingdom. When everything else crumbles, plans, people, expectations, the one thing that remains within your command is your response. There was a day when my world felt like it was collapsing. Messages unanswered, plans derailed, anxiety roaring louder than reason. And then I remembered this line. I took a deep breath and thought, I can't control this storm, but I can control how I stand in it. He also said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. That's not cliche, it's biology. Your inner dialogue shapes your reality. Change the story you tell yourself, and your life starts to follow suit. Peace doesn't come from perfect conditions. It comes from a practiced mind. 6. Harmony with life's challenges. Marcus said, you always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or trouble your soul about things you can't control. Think about that. You always have the option not to react. There was a time when I thought silence was weakness. If someone misunderstood me, I had to explain. If someone criticized me, I had to defend. But over time, I realized silence isn't surrender, it's mastery. And then comes the classic line, what stands in the way becomes the way. That one changed everything for me. Because suddenly, problems weren't barriers, they were training grounds. Rejection taught me resilience. Failure taught me humility. Heartbreak taught me compassion. Obstacles aren't detours, they are the path. Every challenge is an invitation to rise higher, see clearer, love deeper. 7. Hope and perseverance. Marcus wrote, never forget that the universe loves you. I love that image. The idea that life isn't conspiring against us, but for us. Even the detours, even the heartbreaks are part of the design. He also said, do not be discouraged. Every failure is a step on the path to success. Stoicism isn't cold. It's not emotionless. It's grounded optimism. Hope with its sleeves rolled up. Marcus urged us to dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. Whenever I feel small, I step outside at night, look up and remember. We are tiny, but we're part of something vast, ancient, and alive. That's hope, not blind faith, but quiet trust in the unfolding. So there you have it, 7 Stoic lessons that continue to shape how I think, how I lead, how I love. If Marcus Aurelius taught me one thing, it's this. Peace isn't found in escaping life's storms. It's found in sailing through them, with wisdom as your compass. We can't control everything, but we can always choose how we show up, with courage, with clarity, and with compassion. So maybe tonight, before you close your eyes, ask yourself, if Marcus were you, what would he write to himself today? Thank you for spending this time with me. If these ideas spark something in you, subscribe to our channel and share them with someone who might need a little calm in their chaos. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and keep watching the stars.